Don't you just love COVID movies? Greenland is one of those action thrillers of the early 2020s that you probably didn't see. When I came across this movie, I immediately judged a book by its cover. I thought this film was just another one of this, or any of these. But really, Greenland fits better with these films. Okay, maybe you can't really see the difference in what I'm talking about, but these PG-13 disaster movies used to be my shit. Greenland is surprisingly better than so many of the poorly put together popcorn movies that I watched on the couch as a sick kid. But it's not that good. As you peel back the layers, the movie turns rotten in many ways. Whether it's logic stretching, end of the world convenience, or giving screen time to the wrong characters, Greenland ain't all that. To top it off, having a sequel automatically makes me hate this universe more. One of the things this film got right is a closed book ending. Making a sequel feels entirely ridiculous. I mean, you blew up the world, guys. Where do we go from here? Hopefully we can find that out from the first film somewhere in this discussion, because I sure as hell ain't watching a sequel. The setup to this movie has a few things that stand out from your normal doomsday film. First off, they don't Americanize the lead. I really expected Gerard Butler to come in with an American accent in this one, and was very happy when he sounded like stoic. This is a nice little bit of authenticity up front, and honestly was an omen for where this story was going to go. Yeah, basically it's your normal end of the world film. The sky starts falling and everything. There's a whole bunch of asteroids coming to Earth, and the government's not panicked about it until like the very last second, and then only some people can get on planes to get underground and stuff. It's a whole disaster plot, and honestly, so far, like once it starts playing out, they start going to the base, it's better than a normal popcorn film. I think this is mainly because the movie takes its premise very seriously. It's not just focus on the spectacle, which sometimes could be good since the CGI's not always that great. Oftentimes it focuses more on the personal level, family stress, divorce tension, and everyday reactions instead of quippy heroics. The stakes feel so much more human in a global disaster movie than I've ever seen. Even the biggest emotional moments that sometimes in your San Andreas or whatever can feel really campy. In this film, it feels genuine and got me close to tearing up a couple times. The kid's illness, the parent separation, the fear-driven choices, it all feels sincere. All the emotional beats land because they're played straight. The movie respects itself. Moments of family members getting separated or losing something in a moment of high stress, it all feels very grounded in the human experience rather than, the world blowing up, something that we haven't really dealt with. Even when like the weird stuff happened, like I knew King Bach was in this movie, so I know he was gonna show up. But the conversation that he has with Gerard Butler in this car when they're trying to get north is very, very personal. Sure, it's a little weird to see King Bach, but once he's introduced as Colin, or whatever his name is, it goes further than a studio-mandated recognizable face moment, especially when seconds later he's dead. There is a lot of bad left in Act 1 that I'm not really touching on yet. Like, we never give a reason for a main couple to not like each other. They just say they had some problems, I guess. There's also the ways that some people operate, but we'll talk about that later. Act 2 is where things start getting out of hand for me. Scene to scene, this movie slaps. I mean, the momentum is strong even when the logic falters just because of your concepts. Having to get medicine from a abandoned pharmacy, pitting humans against each other because of bands that they can wear to get on planes. There's just all these high-octane moments, always escalating in danger or emotion. You're rarely bored, which obviously that's crucial formula for a disaster movie. Unfortunately, the second act is where people start acting like they normally do in these movies. I feel like whenever I watch one of these PG-13 popcorn disaster flicks, there's always people making decisions where I'm just like, why would you do that? Yeah, Greenland does not escape that curse. To start, we get this whole scene of Allie and her kid who are walking along the road and get picked up to help get to Lexington. They're introduced to these two other humans, and obviously while the world's ending, these other humans aren't so nice. Especially when the two in the backseat have bracelets that could get the two in the front on planes, potentially you knew tensions were going to rise. The weird thing is, rather than just like pulling over and threatening him, being like, give me, this guy Doug is driving the car. You just pull over and be like, give me the bracelets, or else I'm not driving you there. And it would have been really easy, and Doug would have had a good chance to get on a plane with his wife, I guess. But instead, he like takes the wife's bracelet, kicks her out of the car, takes the kid, I guess because he's got some humanity left, and then tries to get on the plane with his wife with a bracelet, him without a bracelet, and the kid with a bracelet, which of course doesn't work. We're just doing this so that we can get the mom separate from the kid, and we can have this whole moment, the duality of the entire family separated. Gerard Butler on the fucking bus, mama walking down the highway. It's just stupid. I mean, that one got to me more than anything. But there's just more, and it comes with convenience a lot of the time. Like a random military doctor, once Allie does find her kid again, she just says, oh yeah, I can get you passage to Lexington on a military bus. Sure, I have the power to do that. I'm a minimum wage doctor during world-ending events. It's just insane. She would never have that power. Never. And going all the way back to the first act, even, once I realized all these people doing things that just didn't make sense logically or didn't make sense to me, I go back to the first act and start thinking about the neighbors watching the one person in their neighborhood who got a call to go get in a bunker. Why the fuck would you not be following this guy? I'd be in my car waiting for homie to leave since he's the only one who got the calls for safety. I gotta get my family safe. I'm not just gonna wait around. And they probably just all died too, I guess, because we never see any of them again, so should've took a page from my book. The second act, dude, is where they absolutely wrote themselves into a corner, which I thought was hilarious. I was just, it was like I was getting writer's room replays in my head watching this, because they started giving way too much attention to Allie's dad once they actually get to the house. That's the whole thing. Gerard Butler and Allie, I don't remember his name, John and Allie, they're trying to get to the house, the dad's house, to meet up. But once they get there, this dad becomes like a really big character for John, because John gets there first and he just killed a man, so he has to have all these deep conversations, and the dad can see a new look in his eye and all this stuff. And then the mom and the kid show up, so there's a big emotional moment of the dad saying hi to the kid and the mom and all this, and then it just keeps going. You get another moment with Gerard Butler trying to convince the dad that he will protect Allie against everything. They spend so much time on his dad, it's insane. We get like a full 5-minute goodbye scene with everybody, with him like getting everybody ready and sending him off, and this is after the movie has been just cruising along, so it completely killed the pace. It was just hilarious because I realized we had to give a reason for this father figure to not want to go to Greenland, but the only reason to actually do that is to give him enough character to explain why he wants to essentially commit suicide and stay at his house. By the time they get out of Allie's dad's house, the convenience comes back in a big way. This family has got to be the luckiest people ever when it comes to getting on or in places. I mean, it's absolutely insane how they just talk to a random person and are just able to get in. Always. It happens like 3-4 times this movie. The worst is when they have zero leverage to get on this plane, so they decide to just chase it on the runway and stop right in front of it. And I'm sorry, I can't believe that one car in the middle of this colossal runway is going to stop you from taking off. Especially, we saw how much runway was behind us from where the camera is here. Homie, you're taking off like with 3/4 of the runway left. Just go around him and then start up again. They had no leverage here and somehow got on this plane.
I'll admit I don't actually know the mechanics of a runway, so if you do, and this actually could stop this plane, let me know.
And this plane is the only thing taking them to safety. It's like the whole world ends pretty much around them while they're in this plane. Luck is truly the family's superpower. It's just repeated near misses and miracles. And this last one, just getting in places where it makes no sense to me. The plane's going down. It's a decent scene. I'm just really trying to get through the movie at this point. But this plane crashes into the ground. Massive landing. It's been dead silent. People screaming. And this kid who has been talked about how he doesn't like flying, he just goes, I don't want to fly anymore. Saying that after crash landing, I could not handle. I was losing. It was just the funniest shit ever. He broke the silence by saying that. The kid's a terrible actor. But now I guess they are crash landed in Greenland by the underground bases. So, of course, they're able to luck their way into those very, sought after underground bases with ease. No problems there. And the only thing that happens for the rest of the movie is really where they saved all the CGI budget. They do all these Armageddon shots at the end. Plus a very last one with the globe blowing up, and they're genuinely impressive end-of-the-world visuals. I think they look good. The scale finally matches the stakes, and the CGI actually looks stomachable. I don't know what happened with this in the first act. Then the final scene of opening the bunker to air that you probably shouldn't be breathing after 9 months or whatever, and they see birds flying around, showing that the world is okay, although those birds are definitely going to die of starvation. But the world's okay. And, shit, that's our movie. So now real fast we have to talk about the biggest problem with this film. And I know I highlighted a lot of problems. It kind of just got worse as it went on. But Green Day 1, oh god, I don't know how many times I said that. I meant Greenland. I keep calling it Green Day. Do you have the time to listen to me? But Greenland is not the problem. Greenland 2 is the problem, guys. Greenland 2 is crazy, because if you think about this, the sequel has to take us to a different place, right? The world has already ended, it's blown up, So we have to like reset this. It's got to be a survival story, you know, about building back up the freaking world. It can't just be, you know, the world blowing up again. Right? Yeah, no, it is just the world blowing up again. It just happens again, I guess. It's so funny. It's also in this trailer, the only cited reviews are all Twitter accounts. So I don't know if I'd recommend this one, guys. As we can see, Greenland wasn't that good, and really should just end there. But alas, we live in a world where an A-lister and an Armageddon plot will print you money. It's just a shame because what makes this movie work is the fact that it respects itself. Other times it's smart enough to take things seriously and then to back off the sentimentality into pure action. A sequel lets me know they are no longer going to hit this balance. I hate to say it, guys, but even without seeing it, I group Greenland 2 in with these films. That's brutal. And with that, thank you, Sally. Specifically you, Sally. And of course, to everyone else who watched this one, thank you. I had a lot of fun making this today. Definitely not a movie that I ever expected to be watching, much less reviewing and taking seriously. What I meant to say was hello and welcome to the final stretch. First off here, I just wanted to say thank you. All of you guys have been super amazing, and we're getting really close now to a huge milestone on YouTube, which is the 1,000 subscribers mark. And for myself is also going to be monetization. That's right, though. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll officially be monetized. And ladies and gentlemen, I could not have done it without you. I really love doing this, and getting to put these videos on for an audience is a real dream for me. So yeah, to celebrate continuing doing this and crossing this big finish line, I'm going to announce a giveaway. That's right, actually kind of two giveaways. First, we have the adventure book. And no, I am not giving this book itself away. What I'm giving away is your name, right? Whoa. Sorry about you get your name in here. That's what you get. If you are already subscribed or you subscribed right now and comment this word above on the bottom of this video or any of the videos with this announcement, your name will be included in this book on that page that I just had open. But wait, there's more. Not only will being subscribed and commenting this word under one of these videos get your name in this book, but it'll also enter you into a raffle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a raffle. One of the last people before we hit 1,000 subscribers and that entries close will be randomly selected in 2026 to win either a $20 movie gift card or $20 worth of DVDs of your choice. That's right. Yeah, no, it's not huge right now. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, we do have one name to add. We have @Drum&Kit. So thank you so much. And that is the only one this week. Not many names on here, so get in. I have one more. Also, thank you to @AbsolutelyRadiance. There's also something I noticed about this book that I have to let you guys know. This is what it says at the front, right? Maybe you knew this since you watched Up. So I guess this means I'm going to do everyone in this book. So, sorry. But yes, you heard me right. All you have to do is comment this word under this video and be subscribed, and you will get your name in the book for eternity, as well as in this raffle for a $20 movie theater gift card or $20 worth of DVDs. But yeah, I think we're done here. So, deuces.